Ding, ding. Sorry, I had to make sure
you live fresh, huh?
No, I was trying to make sure my nose and my teeth were straight. But anyway, it's Boxing Vibez TV coming back at
Shout out to Jake Paul.
Giving you the best boxing analysis on YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, you name it. As usual, we out here. The crew is here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. We got JD.
You already know. 8-1 Trey all day.
We got Q in the building.
For the grid of 850, baby. Holla at me if you wait. Let's go.
And we got yours true, J-Box, the moderator of this here, That There Madness. So in this episode, ladies and gentlemen of Scared Straight, we have
boy got scared straight, huh?
We have a novice boxer who, if we can put up the visual, in this moment, this is how he knew. He fucked up. This is when he knew.
You know you done fucked up, though.
You know you done fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So
in too deep of water, huh?
So I'm not gonna get too far into it, but that leads us into our pod quote of the day.
Pod quote, go JD.
The pod quote of the day, and this one is gonna be a special one for none other than Mr. Jake Paul, coming off of his fight with Tyron Woodley, where he was quoted as saying, "I've been focused on boxing 18 months. I need a break." I need a break.
I hadn't got a haircut. My teeth ain't straight. My nose ain't straight.
My nose ain't straight. None of that. My dog need a break, man. He might be out the game.
Hey, you know what? I'm not going to even extend this. Just go ahead and tell the people what to do so we can go ahead and get to it.
Get to it. Hey, man, and y'all already know if you're down with the vibes, hit the notification bell and subscribe.
So I'm still a little bit of airtime by stealing the scene, stealing a little bit of thunder and setting the scene. So, all right, you ever did some like cool shit, right? But you did it by accident? Or you did it and you couldn't do it again.
Right.
And then so you like, everybody's like, oh man, that was so cool. And so this one time, right? I play basketball. I play basketball, right? But everybody who really know me know I don't really play like that. Like, So I told somebody, I was like, I don't really play like that. But they picked me up on the squad anyway, right? So I was open, and I was open for a reason. So I hit that bit fluid. It was wet, boom, splash. Like, I thought you didn't know how to play. I was like, and I ain't shoot that bitch now. No more time. I wanted that to be that lasting memory of me. It was right here. The MJ 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go like this, but it was only one, so I ain't overstep my.
From now, my man playing hot potato.
I was facilitating.
The assist man,
or as some people call it, retired basketball player. So let's go ahead and get into it without cracking all the jokes, man. So Jake Paul, right? And he pissed me off because he has a good YouTube mind, because he set the scene and I was going to jump on it. And we were going to already call it that he was going to retire. But of course, the news broke today. He said, I'm a retired boxer as his status. So, so we'll change what we were going to say a little bit about where does he go from here. We know where he goes from here. He goes back to trolling and saying, I beat Tyron Woodley. So just give a breakdown of what must have been going through his mind. So go ahead and give us something on the fight. Just reactions, thoughts, feelings, the mess that it was. Go ahead, JD.
I think, it was expected what was going to go down. I know I was one person who I felt like Woodley was going to give him that work. I felt like Woodley's going to give him that work. I was one of the people that I didn't really think that he was going to go in there and knock out Woodley just off of the strength of his resume, especially when you compare him to somebody like a Ben Askren. I would say Tyron Woodley might be old and long in the tooth, but he's much better than a Ben Askren. But shout out to my old heads who listen to the pod. They might know of an old Gladys Knight in the Pip song. And the song is called Midnight Train to Georgia. She talks about leaving on the train. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jake Paul headed to that train back to Calabasas right this month. He is on the first train smoking. Back to Calabasas. Because man, I think the Jake Paul train is over, man. I think it's a wrap, and I think that is highlighted by his reaction after the fight. After the fight, you could literally see on his face that he wanted no more parts of boxing.
Oh yeah.
He wanted no more parts of boxing.
Oh yeah.
You could see
not a piece, not a part, not a hamstring, not a
nothing.
damn thing.
He ain't want nothing to do with boxing, man.
Not a short thigh, wing leg.
Right. So I really think after going those 8 rounds with somebody who was boxing, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, Tyron Woodley was boxing for the first time.
Yeah, I think he did 6 months training.
Walking him down.
Right. So
hit that down.
So when you
and the thing about that, he was a striker in MMA, but he wasn't known as being a good boxer like that.
Right.
So it's really wasn't like, oh, he was known for boxing in MMA. He was on the lower end, the lower tier of people you would consider good boxers in MMA. But when you talk about striking, there's elbows, knees, things like that. So he wasn't a boxer at any stage in his career.
Right. And so I think Jake Paul, when he saw how tough of an opponent somebody like Woodley was, with no real boxing experience, I think he said, "Oh damn, I think I might need to get up out of here, bro." Because I'm gonna tell you, Tyron Woodley said it best in the post-fight interview. He said, "Man, if those ropes wasn't about 7 feet tall, boy, you would have been outside the ring."
On some Hakeem Rockman type shit.
Right next to me. Right next to me.
Right next to me. Gently, boy. He sold out on that one.
Hey, man. But yeah, Jake Paul almost got knocked out that ring, man. Thank God for those ropes. But man, I'm going to toss it to UQ, man. I think the Jake Paul hype train is OVER, bro.
What you got on the Q?
Real spirit, bro. I really feel the same way, man. I really feel the same way because and he don't want that rematch. He don't want that smoke
at all.
He don't want that smoke and the energy after the fight, like you said. I agree 100%. It's really making them think this thing over because you're still in the ring with a real boxer. You got talks about him and Tyson Fury, brother. It's a whole bunch of hoopla that happened after behind the scenes before the fight or whatever. What's his name?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury. Either way it go. But what I did here was He put that tweet out because some wrestler, I don't even want to say it's a rock, somebody tweeted something about him and his win, and he was like, bruh, I just got tweeted by whatever boxer said, tweeted, whatever they tweeted. You know what I'm saying? I can retire now because basically, like, life is good. Like, I got idols that he looked up to tweeting about him and, whatever. So it wasn't that he was really talking about retiring, but maybe that one fall from his brain after his brain got rattled a little bit by that Tyron Woodley punch that sent him. That should have been
that was a standard.
Right.
That pisses me off. And I just really feel like Woodley showed him, I'm not a boxer, bro, but listen. You know what I'm saying? I don't have longer reach than you, but listen.
Hey.
This
is what he told him. This is what he told him. In the words of Roy Jones. Oh, you don't care about no fight. You know the right splitting your ass is toast. 60-40, I kicks your ass. 60-40, I tears your ass up. That's my Roy Jones impression. I'm done. Go ahead.
That boy running scared, man. He's running scared. I'm gonna just say I was very pissed off at Woodley because I just felt like, bro, you should have swung for that.
Ain't let his hands go enough?
No, because I feel like you had him, man. Hey. He was who you thought he was.
Danny Green. You let him off the hook.
So I'll say this, all right? I scored the fight 5-3. You know me. I can't watch a fight without scoring it, So that knockdown would have made it a draw. I will say this, right? Do we have we do have visuals for that, right? The him on the ropes.
Oh yeah. We got the visual for that, brother.
Cute visual. So in this moment, right, when he's like, oh shit, this ain't YouTube. I'm about to be viral for all the wrong reasons. He realized for the first time he was going to take a major L and be embarrassed. It wasn't going to be no more got your hat. It's going to be like, you got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And so I think in that moment, like all people who try boxing, right? When they get hit in the mouth or it's constant, that grind. We've been a part of that grind.
Right.
Where you're like, I do got options. And this is probably the least lucrative and healthy one for my lifestyle right now. So let me go ahead and quit while I'm ahead, sort of like that 3-point I hit on their ass.
Bow.
You know, so I mean, with that being said, I'm
a forex trader now.
yeah, right. If y'all get a DM from Jake Paul talking about, hey, you want to make money? He had the boxing game. He on forex right now. Right. So, but I mean, with that being said, I think just breaking down the fight, you can see Tyron Woodley. You know, he's 40 years old, never boxed before. You can see him being patient, not wanting to get caught with something big. But also, too, a little bit unsure about when to use the jab. If he would have pumped the jab a little more and earned his way in,
bro, I'm glad you said it.
I think it would have been a lot more exciting fight. But one thing I will give Jake Paul credit for, he knew when to tie up.
Oh, he boxed.
Yeah.
He knew when to tie up.
Listen, me and my wife actually got in an argument about this. The first second round, because I'm like, yo, I'm just keeping the buck. I'm like, yo. I say, man, I like what I'm seeing for Jake Paul. I say he's showing respect, but I say the first thing he did was establish the distance. He did two of the best things he could do, and he jabbed to the body early off, like the first round. He jabbed to the body and he kept the distance with his feet. I'm like, that boy boxing his ass off. Like that's what you need to do.
Well, but I think in a
fight like this.
But I think in an 8-round fight, you're gonna give somebody the body. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna really get.
But he started that off rip. He set that tone, and eventually my man got to him and touched him. But what I'm saying was like that was.
Hey man, I'm gonna mark my words. It's gonna go viral. In that position right there, in that position right there, you're gonna see Jake Paul like this with my ties in his hands on the beach. You're gonna see him on the couch. They're already about to be meme worthy.
I wish I knew how to edit, bro.
Hey, you know the other thing I will say that Jake Paul quickly realized too is he realized, man, that sparring is different than the bright lights, man.
I'm glad you brought that up.
This man around here in the post-fight interview talking about, man, from the time I was in the locker room, my legs didn't feel right.
That's called nerves.
I started getting tense. and on top of that, man, what was it? Maybe round 3? The boy was gassed. He was gassed in round 3. So I think he really saw that, man, no matter how much you spar, brother, when you get in front of those bright lights and somebody really coming at you, boy, you're in trouble, dog.
That's sure funny. He said my legs felt funny. That's called butterflies, bitch. You're nervous. You're nervous because you didn't know what to.
And then when that punch missed, you feel like a helicopter. Oh shit!
Yeah, So one thing I will say, you brought up something that you and I were talking about after we watched the fight. I guess he was sparring former world champions. I'm gonna say something, right?
John Pascal.
And I'm gonna take us down out of in left field, right? So sneak, everybody knows who knows me. I'm a sneakerhead, right? So you got sneaker people who will take advantage of kids with money, like, oh, these are, real, and they sell them some replicas, and the kids don't care because they got money. Whoever was sparring with Jake Paul was taking his damn money. I heard he was sparring with PED Pascal. And so I'm going to say,
not PED Pascal.
Hey man, he earned that. Was it 8 different ones? Gosh, damn. So you got to be taking a cocktail of shit to be
not a PED cocktail, bro.
Golly, man. Can I get the number 3 with the number 4 and a little bit of HGH on the side? Gosh, damn. But anyway, back on track. So if they was just taking that kid money, they had to be going easy on him.
Ain't no way Pascal was fighting him for real. Not sparring him for real. No way.
No matter what you say about Pascal, there was a time where he was a highly respected boxer and he was a talent and a force at 175, really putting up a valiant performance against Kovalev, even though he ended up losing. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he was in there with world champs, no, them world champs was getting a payday off his ass.
Most definitely.
Because the way he looked against Tyron Woodley, especially when he started to gas, oh man, you could have been sparring for the last 18 months. Not against nobody.
Man was gas around 3, man. He out of there.
If Woodley would have understood, cause I feel like Woodley needed a knockout. I really felt like Paul did. He did enough with his boxing skills. He established his distance, and especially after getting knocked down. And even starting off and up until that point,
he showed grit. He showed grit. He showed heart.
He showed good boxing pedigree. I ain't gonna lie.
But I will say this. I will say this though, man. That Paul has to know this though too. He did. I agree with you, Q. He did box and he did show grit. But he got to know that, man. Like the play for you, Jake Paul, is knockouts, brother. Yeah, that is the play. Yeah, nobody at the end of the day, if you have another fight, if you have another fight where you're boxing and moving around the ring that much, everybody gonna tune you out.
They started booing.
Yeah.
They started booing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on Tyron Woodley's end because
for Mayweather, like, bro.
he just did that. He just did that.
He did that, bro.
He just did that. Yeah, he just did that on motherfreaking air. He just said Mayweather and Jake Paul. Okay. All right. So I love the sarcasm. But anyway, no, but seriously though, part of me is angry at Jake Paul because it felt like he was really gonna try to be a boxer. And he did perform well to the extent that he looked like a serviceable tomato can for somebody who's a real contender, right? So
for Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
Right.
And
he beat Tommy Fury. I'm gonna say that.
Oh nah,
he gonna get his ass knocked.
Yeah,
that's why he ain't gonna take that fight.
I bet you $1.
I bet you 30 cents. That's
when we got that bet, brother.
But no, I will say this for Jay. Part of me is angry because he did sell the world. I really want the respect of the boxing world.
Right.
But then when you say in front of the camera, my nose is not straight, my teeth ain't straight. Who gives a damn?
Right.
You know, I saw him setting up the excuses. You could see the fear and the stuttering in his face. And his big brother stepped in. Oh, you're old news.
Right.
Yeah, well, he's old. He's old news.
Did that man say his teeth are not straight, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. My nose ain't straight. My teeth ain't straight. I ain't got a haircut.
I'm like, come on. So, but I respect his hustle. I respect his hustle. He came and he pimped the boxing game, and boxing's right for the taking right now because you have so much of the power brokers who allow the YouTubers to still shine because they're not putting on the fights we want. That's another topic for another day. But that brings me to my next subway.